There's often tremendous frustration when we hear the instruction to recognize non-dual awareness. It seems like an impossible task, or a puzzle we can't possibly solve. After all, we are told that awareness is not an object and therefore has no objective characteristics. That means it has no color, size, or shape. So how are we supposed to recognize something that is space-like and ungraspable? Ultimately, there is no solution to this paradox. Whenever we try to come to terms with what it means to recognize awareness, we always end up reaching the limits of the conceptual mind. However, the failure to recognize awareness with the mind is not a failure at all. And this is what makes the recognition of awareness so unique. In almost all other areas of our life, we are supposed to come to a definitive answer. We are supposed to know and understand exactly what we are talking about. But this does not apply to the recognition of awareness, because awareness cannot be known by the mind. Luckily, however, this does not mean that you need to eliminate your mind or attain some kind of state of having no thoughts. No, we simply go beyond the mind. There is no predefined path of how to go beyond the mind. But all paths that lead beyond the mind ultimately lead us to not knowing. We don't eliminate thinking, we simply ride the waves of paradox into not knowing. Not knowing is not nothingness. It is not a state of void or unawareness. It is not even a state at all. There is openness and awareness. All experiences, no matter what form they take, are naturally included in this. In not knowing, we don't go anywhere. We simply cannot find ourselves. We rest in what is indefinable and yet aware. Sometimes it is called a space because of its openness and all-inclusiveness. But even to call it a space is to say too much. Even space has dimensions. But this has no dimensions. And yet it is ordinary. It is the ordinary awareness which is hearing my voice right now. When we try to describe this space, we might describe it as centerless and boundless. But these are not qualities which we can somehow find. When you feel frustrated because you cannot find these qualities of awareness, simply relax and rest easy. Nobody can find these qualities. There are no qualities to awareness. It is just that we do not find a center or a boundary. But crucially, this does not mean that we find the absence of a center or the absence of a boundary. Even an absence is a kind of quality. Likewise, we find no separation between awareness and the objects of our experience. And we don't find the absence of separation. Because again, even an absence is a kind of quality. And this has no qualities. It is not knowing. And there are no qualities to be found. And this is why not knowing is unconditioned. Since awareness has no qualities, we cannot increase awareness. What could be increased about aware nothingness? There is no way to even cultivate or deepen it. Sometimes we talk about deepening because neurotic contractions and fixations fall away, and the body-mind is resting in a very deep way. But this is not a deepening of awareness itself. It has no dimensions to it. So deepening it is simply impossible. There's no way of moving beyond this. What could be beyond this? Anything we could imagine, which could somehow be beyond this, would just be another object of experience. There's no experience which could possibly block awareness. Experiences stand in opposition to other experiences. Things can be obscured by other things. But this is not a thing. What could it be obscured by? What could hide this? You can't gain this or lose this. Nobody gets it. So simply rest and enjoy.